Barbarian chaining is one of the best ways to spend your action points in Rise of Kingdoms. So in this video I'll be showing you how to Barbarian chain, what commanders you should use, what's a good chaining location, and when it's best to chain Barbarians. So what is Barbarian chaining and how do you do it? So Barbarian chaining is whenever you attack one Barbarian with a march, and on Ethelfled you could use Ethelfled, Senzu, anyone with an AoE skill. It'll hit multiple other Barbarians, but it doesn't actually use any AP for fighting those Barbarians. So you're only using the AP to fight the initial Barbarian. And you can do this anywhere. You can have a good spot for it, like here. As you can see, I was able to spawn them all in. And so I can chain them all right here really easily. What commander should you use? So you should always be using a Peacekeeper. You should always have Trophy Hunter. So if you don't have Ethelfled, then you can use any Peacekeeper as a primary, and you can use Senzu, Baibars, Kusunoki, any AoE skill commander as a secondary. So what is a good location? What is a bad location? So a good location is where you can spawn in Barbarians like this, and they'll all be grouped up. As you can see, because there's a bunch here, and I already spawned in some recently. I can't spawn them in yet, but I will be able to. So with this one, the only reason this location's good is because you can block off Barbarian spawns from one side with the farm account, and with units stops them. Although I probably don't need this many out, but I did just leave them out. So when looking around for a good chaining spot, you should be using a teleport like this to look around. Barbarians will not spawn in the red, where you can't put a city down, or where it blocks you from. And they won't spawn in like really small spaces like this. They won't spawn in between these. So when looking, you want to look in between rock formations. You want to look up against the border walls, like areas like this. I doubt you can put a city down here, but in this squeezing out here, yeah, you could put one. You could put your city here, and this wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be the best, but all the Barbarians would spawn over here. They could spawn here, but you could put troops down. So examples, good spots. That one's okay. This one's okay. Sometimes you'll run into a real good spot, but I don't see them that often. This one's basically the same as that. An example of a bad Barbarian chaining spot would be a place like right here. While you can't fit a city here, I have seen spots like it. You can barely fit your city in, and they're pretty thin paths. And since the Barbarians can't spawn in the red, the only place they'd be able to spawn in is like this path right here. But not enough Barbarians will be able to spawn in there, so you won't be able to chain them. And because of that, they'll keep trying to spawn in out here, and it just will not work. So don't try and go into like tiny cracks like this. So when is Barbarian chaining most useful? So there's two events in the game that Barbarian chaining is just the best for, and that would be, the first one would be Lohar's Trial. So every single Barbarian you kill, no matter the level, every single time you get a bone necklace, and you can farm. It's just really based on how much time you have, and that can give your account in the early game a huge lead. You farm tens of millions, hundreds of millions of resources in that time. It's incredible, and you really should always barb chain through that event for starting an account, because whenever you're starting an account, you should try and have as much spare time as you can during that time. And the second one is Strategic Reserves. That is an event that you can win as a free-to-play player, low spender, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can win it without using AP pots. All just on your free AP if you just have enough time. So I believe that is it. If there's anything that I may have missed, or if you have any questions on anything, put it in the comments and I'll get around to answering them. Thank you for watching.